We have Charles Ward and his wife, Rena. So they are going to be starring in a billboard with their 5 grandchildren who are not here with us today. You guys didn't want to take them out of school? I'm sure they would have loved to be not in school. But thank you guys so much for, it's really focusing and not only just highlighting work zone safety, but how much we appreciate our employees, and we totally do. Thank you guys for participating in that with us. So we have Representative Osinski. Where did you get to? Are you hiding somewhere? Yes, there you are. Thank you very much. He's our House Transportation Chair. Always been very supportive of DelDOT initiatives, and you being here today means a lot, so thank you very much. We are actually at the pinpoint of the largest work zone in the state of Delaware right now, which is our 301 project. We do have some representatives from the contractors working on that as well. So the hilarious thing is you all look exactly the same because you're wearing yellow and white hats. So just raise your hand. Josh Crane from Diamond Materials, who actually is this contractor right here doing this job. So thank you very much. I know you've hosted a lot here. We have Chris McHugh from Alan Myers. Where are you at, Chris? Thank you very much. And then from Tudor Perini, we have Dewey Jurich, and then Will and Joe. Where are you guys? Thank you very much for being here. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And then from ACO, we have Dan. Thank you very much for being here. And then our partners in this effort from State Police, we have Captain Matthew Cox. In the background. Corporal Gary Fournier and Corporal Mike Harrison. Thank you guys very much for your support as well. So I really wanted to take a special second to introduce our governor, John Carney. This is a governor who, during his busy campaign time, actually did a tour of this project and is extremely dedicated to not just the workers, but all state employees, and he really gets it. He really understands how transportation infrastructure, and all right, that's my cue. She doesn't want me to talk anymore. It's about me though, Governor, not you. So he really gets a quality of life and the transportation, how that stimulates the economy. So without further ado, I would like to announce our Governor, John Carney.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. You are duly adorned with your orange shirt on, ready to wear the colors. It's really good to be here with all of you, particularly with the DelDOT families, to kick off National Work Zone Safety Awareness Week here across the country here in our state of Delaware. This morning we just came from an elementary school in which the kids were asking me a lot about my job. And one of the questions that I wasn't ready for is, what is the most important part of your job? And I had to stop and think about it for a minute, but as I thought about it, it was really pretty clear that my job is really twofold. One is to enable the people who work for the state, Secretary Cohen and all the employees of DelDOT, to be able to give them the resources, to give them the guidance that they need to do the job for the people of our state. And that's a pretty hard job to do. First of all, you have to put quality people in place to do the work. You have to provide them with the resources to do it. And then you have to do things like this to get the word out. In this case, to keep our employees safe. We've had the occurrence recently. We have a lot of state employees, not the least of which are our DelDOT employees and our Delaware State Police, who go to work every day working in an environment where they put themselves in danger. We recently had a correctional officer who went to work and didn't come home. Last week, I was at the Delaware Contractors Association Governor's Safety Awards, and one of the contractors who won an award that evening came up, and in his remarks he said that the most important thing, it really boils down to one really important thing, and that is that every employee, whether you're an employee for the contractors, whether you're a member of the Delaware State Police, or whether you're an employee of DelDOT, has the right to return home to their families every day. And it's our responsibility, my responsibility as governor, Secretary Cohen's responsibility as the secretary of this department, and all our responsibilities to do what we can to make sure that that happens. And in this case, in terms of work zone safety, it really is a fairly simple message, and that is slow down and be careful. Slow down and be careful. If you think we're a small state, so when you enter into construction season like we're about to do, we have a lot of orange and white barrels and orange cones out there marking these work zone sites. And people tend to charge into these sites, and what happens is either they run into somebody in front of them, or if somebody gets in the way, God forbid, they run into one of our employees or one of the employees of our contractors. So I'm happy to be with all of you to get this word out to the public. When you see the orange cones, when you see the flaggers, when you see the bright yellow vests, slow down, because we want all our families to come home every night. I am really pleased to be able to introduce Jim Lardier, who's from AAA, who's going to talk about their commitment to safety on our highways as well. Thank you all.
Thank you, Governor Carney and Secretary Cohen. First, let me congratulate DelDOT on their 100th anniversary. I think that's great. You don't look a day over 29. You guys are AAA has been partnering with DelDOT on work zone safety campaigns for several years. We started out with Martin Truex Jr., a NASCAR driver. Last 2 years, we had the captain of the Philadelphia Flyers, Claude Giroux. But I don't think those campaigns are going to be as impactful as the families and the workers. I'm really excited about this campaign, even though it's not any of the AAA assets that we've been able to bring before. You guys are really what it's about. Thank you for being here, and thank you for everything that you do. So, like most tragedies, work zone crashes are completely preventable. AAA has been an advocate for motorists for more than 110 years. We know that about 94% of all crashes are the result of driver error. So in a work zone, we know it's in the driver's hands to really slow down, like the governor said. Pay attention, don't be distracted. Use patience when you're behind the wheel. I mean, all of these things are going to allow the motorists, as well as the workers, to get where they're going safely and get home to their families at night. I think the key message here that we want to share is that AAA, on behalf of the motorists that we represent in the state of Delaware, we're going to drive slow, pay attention to the changing road conditions, let the DelDOT and the contractors and the families all get home safe. But the other point that we are reminding our members about at this time of year is that it's the motorists that are also at severe risk in a work zone. Work zones are about progress. They're going to make everybody's commute better. So while we're building them, let's just slow down, as the governor said. Don't drive distracted. Pay attention and be ready for changing road conditions. So with that, I'd like to introduce Ken Simeone from AECOM, one of the contractors on the project.
All right. Almost good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming out today. Especially want to thank our contractor partners for being here today with us. I'm Ken Simeone. I'm the public outreach coordinator for the US 301 project. So I want to take a moment here to tell everybody a little bit about the project. The 301 Mainline project is a $460 million construction project to construct 13 plus miles of divided limited access highway connecting US 301 in Newcastle County to Delaware State Route 1. This 13 plus mile project is a state-of-the-art all-electronic toll facility that includes 7 mainline construction contracts, 3 new full access interchanges, 12-inch Portland cement concrete pavement on the main line and ramps, 7+ million cubic yards of earthwork to build this roadway, bridges at 24 locations consisting of steel, concrete girder, MSC wall, and concrete abutments, a traffic management plan and traffic management monitoring that is pretty much a living, breathing document that we update on a quarterly basis. Public involvement through outreach meetings, and 24/7, 365 real-time contact with me, the on-site public outreach coordinator. So as part of our overall work zone safety and traffic management plan, our temporary work zones are inspected daily by DelDOT's traffic safety section. In addition to the daily work zone inspections, our partners, the Delaware State Police, they conduct speed enforcement for us through our work zones. Let me see, construction of the US 301 mainline project commenced early in January 2016. The project's broken up into 7 construction contracts. All the contracts are on schedule or ahead of schedule, and for December 2018 opening of collection of tolls. The main reason we're here today is to talk about work zone safety, and I want to take a moment to speak on behalf of our DelDOT employees, our contractors, our motorists driving through our work zones. When you're driving through our work zones in Delaware, slow down. Pay attention to the task at hand, which is operating your motor vehicle. Always be mindful of construction personnel and construction vehicles at or near the travel roadway. Be on the lookout for sudden stops, and just be aware of the vehicles around you and your environment, so that if you have to make a maneuver, you'll be able to safely do that and maneuver away from an obstacle. That's our update on the 301 project. With that, I want to turn it over to Adam Weiser, our program safety manager from DelDOT.
Thank you, Ken. Good afternoon. I think Ken said it was partially afternoon. Now it's really afternoon. Thank you to Governor Carney, Secretary Cohen, Jim Lardier, Ken Simoneau for being here today to support work zone safety in Delaware. This represents the 12th year DelDOT has proudly participated in National Work Zone Safety Awareness Week. The message that we are promoting today is a very important one. Slow down. We have families too. In previous years, I've been proud to say that we've had no work zone fatalities in our state. However, unfortunately, that changed in 2016. We lost 2 highway workers, not DelDOT employees, but they were highway workers. 2 husbands that did not go home to their wives. 2 fathers that did not go home to their children. These solemn facts remind all highway workers that our job is a dangerous one. To my left is Route 1, high-speed freeway. Here we use concrete barrier to protect our workers. But sometimes that is not just not good enough. Sometimes we can have a drunk driver or distracted driver enter our workspace, present us with a grave danger. Please slow down so that we can get home to our families each night. Our partners at the Delaware State Police, and thank you for being here today as well. Our partners at Delaware State Police have been diligent in helping us make our work zone safer. Just last week, they conducted speed enforcement through the work zone out here on Route 13. Within a 4-hour period, 10 vehicles were stopped, 9 citations issued, and the top speed was 80 miles per hour. It's 55 miles per hour out here, folks. That's the speed limit. And we have drivers driving in excess of 80 miles an hour in our work zones. These stats are similar in work zones throughout the state, and it poses a great threat to our workers. Each day, motorists can encounter dozens of work zones, including mowing operations, street sweeping, pothole patching, traffic signal work, roadway paving, road closures for bridge work, or even traffic crashes. These are all work zones that need to demand your attention. When you see orange roadsides or vehicles along or in the roadway with their lights flashing, remember to be alert. Obey the signs and directions of flaggers. Be prepared for slowing or stop traffic, and expect the unexpected. Remember to slow down in work zones. Our lives depend on it. And I thank you all for coming today, and please be safe on your travels home. Thank you.
Okay, if the families can actually join us over here by the easels that we're going to